The burnt timber-clad wing of Nick and Robin Gluckmans' home was inspired to let guests take in the beauty of the mountain view, whilst at the same time giving privacy to visitors.
They live right in the heart of the city, but instead of being surrounded by a concrete jungle, they've immersed themselves in the beauty of nature. Nick and Robin have found the perfect haven for both them and their adorable four-legged children.
Nick grew up camping and fishing in the great outdoors, and even his job, running his own hardwood flooring company, sees him in touch with nature. When he met Robin, he found the perfect excuse to transform his home into their own postcard wonderland of materials.
Looking around, I mean, you would not say that we are in the heart of the city.
I know, that is the beauty of this place. We're literally in the CBD, but we're surrounded by trees, you don't hear traffic, and that's why we love it. It's like being one with nature.
Look, I grew up in the Eastern Cape, outdoors most weekends, and when I come home, it feels like I'm back in the Eastern Cape. Love it.
How did you find this place?
So about 7 years ago, I was in the Transkei fishing, and I saw it online, and it came on the market on the Thursday. I phoned my dad, I said, please go and put in the asking price, because I knew it was the one. And then that Friday morning, they accepted, and I went fishing, and the boat flipped, and I literally almost drowned. And while I was in the sea, almost drowning, in my mind I was going, I'm never going to see this house. You know, why does this have to happen to me now? But anyway, I survived, and on the Monday flew in and saw my new home.
Well, thank goodness you made it here safely. And I believe this house has gone through somewhat of a transformation.
Look, I always said when I meet my wife, I'm going to redo the place. It was quite masculine, raw brick. And then I met Robin about over 3 years ago. And about a year and a half ago, we decided now's the time to get it done.
So we completely gutted the house. Everything from changing the walls, the cupboards. We added on 2 new bedrooms and gave the whole house a new look and feel.
Even down to the floor, I mean, it strikes me as something completely unique. Why did you go with this finish?
You know, the house being open plan and having a very neutral feel, I felt it could take something intricate like an Oggy chevron, and it really has worked.
Between Nick's preference for modern pared-down design and Robin's taste for classic French Provençal decor, they've struck a balance.
I'll show you the rest of the house.
Sure.
With immaculate woodwork beneath your feet, your eye is drawn downwards. The organic grain of the timber is offset against the clean lines of steel and glass, while the furniture leans to Robin's preference for a muted color palette.
I love this open, spacious flow that you've created. Was it something intentional?
Look, we both love to entertain. Well, that was part of the brief to the designers to just give us an openness, bring in the trees, the greenery, and also to look after our animals. We've got quite a few.
Being such animal lovers, I can imagine that that was an important aspect of this home when you designed it.
Yeah, I mean, when I met Robin on our second date, I went to fetch her from her house, and I saw the 4 cats and cat furniture, and we almost didn't have a third date, but then, you know, I'm joking. Yeah, no, look, we both love animals. We both grew up with animals. You know, we like the energy they bring, and it's an important part of our life.
Every night, the 5 cats, 3 dogs, and their owners retreat to this nest of a master suite. It's a luxurious escape, surrounded by the natural sculpture of the forest canopy.
I absolutely love this space. It's giving me that feel of being in a treehouse, but with a touch of glam.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do wake up in the morning, look at the squirrels, and yeah, the animals love it. There's a cat bed there, which Rob's requested.
That's why this room is obviously my favorite room of the house. So we used to have a deck on the side and we extended it, so now we can actually have a space for the cats to sleep. Obviously the dogs take preference on the bed, but yeah, this room, this is our favorite.
You and the interior designers clearly made a great team on this one.
Look, I've known both Zana and James for 8 years plus, working with them on other projects, and I just knew that as a temperament we were a right fit, and that's why I had the faith to have carte blanche and let them do what they want, because I knew the finished product was going to be good.
With Robin's enjoyment of minimal colour and form and the more eccentric design her husband prefers, interior architect Zaan Duminy and James Goss pinned down the new direction for the home on a mood board. The result was an original style which the couple loved.
What was the initial design brief that Nick and Robin presented you with?
His brief really was to create something that was both masculine and feminine, that would adapt to their lifestyle, entertaining their animals. And we needed to just create something fresh within a really beautiful shell. This was a beautiful house that just needed a freshness, it needed a gutting, and it needed to add 2 new rooms, create more accommodation for a growing family, and that was our brief.
I work with steel a lot, and one thing that really caught my eye is the extensive use of it, especially in your window frames.
We were so lucky that the existing piece of the home did have huge steel windows. The steel was red. We knew immediately we needed to powder coat paint the steel windows black. And then we knew that we had to, with our extension where we were adding on, we needed to complement the steel that was already in place.
As a designer, is there a particular part of the house that's really special to you?
For me, it has to be the screen that wraps around the building. It serves so many different functions, from heating and cooling to privacy from the road, but also giving beautiful views up onto Table Mountain. It really is a pivotal feature of the building.
If I had to think about my favorite part of the home, it would have to be the kitchen. It's the heart of the home. We got to use beautiful products, a magnetic light strip, little things like that. When the kitchen started going in and the lights started going in for the kitchen, the house all of a sudden clicked.
Immediately when I walked into this home, I couldn't help but notice that intricate chandelier.
The chandelier is interesting because we were kind of in the last moments of the project, and the James Madge dining room table was coming in, and we needed to figure out what to use as a pendant light. The chandelier was actually one of the only products that we used from the client's existing home, and so we dusted it off, put it up, and it just clicked. Funnily enough, with the painting next to the dining room table, I always believe that art finds its home. The painting was hanging in my dining room. Everything kind of came together, and I said to my husband, bring the painting, it actually needs to live here. And we love that kind of a thing. It just adds a personal touch, and certainly did here.
Is there a design feature that our viewers can include in their own homes?
I would say only buy things that you love. If you fill your home with things that really inspire you, that you see and they talk to you, I think everything will just naturally work together. Your home is really like a projection of your soul. As well, ask an architect or a designer just for an hour of their time if you're on a low budget.
We were so lucky in that this house is nestled in the side of Table Mountain, and there's so much greenery on the outside. What was a fantastic finishing touch was to bring in as much planting as we could. We used a lot of water-wise plants to sort of help the Cape Town water situation as best we could, but really it made the house sing at the end.
The leafy canopy, which shades the pool in summer, keeps evaporation down, while a parade of succulents make for a water-wise approach to greening the garden. This deck lets you feel like you're in the African bush while surrounded by the city.
Guys, honestly, the incredible use of this open space and incorporating nature is just something that I truly love. So well done to both of you for this incredible work you've done. And thank you for inviting me into your home. I really, really appreciate it.
These days, Nick gets to indulge his love of camping and going barefoot while losing nothing in luxury. Their home is a collective of what